Hello, boys and girls. You don't see me yet because I've forgotten to switch on the light. But now you can see me. So hello again. Here we come with Dwarf Fortress Lancedbrains. We will place our military here, especially our melee squads. Let me see in Dwarf Therapist which of our dwarves needs training most. And I can see that Kagoth needs a lot of life training. Kagoth and Uzol. So I will even select individuals. Uzol. Move. Next up will be Kagoth, move. We will check whether they have the proper equipment first. Meanwhile, our clothes maker is making bags. Stray kittens need to be slaughtered. So look at our fox pups. They are all tame now. So I think raccoon pups are also trained. We just need sea otter young ones. Yeah, let's check the status of the bags, because look at our crops of dimple cups. They are just there. We are not able to do... I hope we are weaving. Yeah, we are weaving. So we can probably now make cloth bags. And here comes Uzol with his steel helm, copper greaves, steel breastplate. That's good. Iron shield. He should not use iron shield, but here's a masterwork silver mace. Masterwork silver mace is good. This one has rid the goblin of the copper mace, yes. So the copper mace must be saved. Copper shield, copper mace, copper helm. We are now waiting for the second soldier to come on location. Kagoth. Here he comes. He is taking his time. Let me check his equipment. So he's got iron shield, copper gauntlet, silver mace masterwork, bronze greaves, steel breastplate, and steel helm. That's it. That's right. They are doing their best to wear metal armor. But look how slowly he moves. He's probably not used to wear armor. Probably he is, you know, over encumbered. Alright, here he is. We will now close the bridge. And it's closed. Alright, so let's release this guy and see what they will do. They should shoot, they should kill him. The unarmed goblin. Here it comes. Goblin is released. And he goes right after. Wrestler bashes the goblin in the lower body, bruising the stomach. Nice. Wrestler jumps away. The upper body. The lower body. That was what was a hit? Wrestler bashes the goblin maceman in the upper body, jamming the left false ribs through the lung, tearing the left lung. Trouble breathing. Mace has lodged firmly in the wound. Wow. Is my monitor really high up? Well, it's like the top of the monitor is right there. It's not really high up. I have my eyes in about 2/3 of the monitor height. It's rather my webcam is as low as this. So Goblin has trouble breathing. Now the second one joins. Bruises in the liver. Do you think they can get on an armed goblin? I think we can. Whoa, what has happened? Maceman charges. Goblin collides. Wrestler is knocked over. Look at him. How cunning. He's a little bit dizzy now. Mace Dwarf charges, collides, tangle together, tumble forward. Bashes in the left foot, bruising the muscle. Right lower leg, bruising muscle. So they are just bruising him, they are not pulping muscle and bones into unrecognizable mass yet. They are very inexperienced with maces, these two dwarves, that's why I'm training them. Maybe after they have killed off the whole lot, they will be... This is good, bashes the goblin in the right hand. Injured part explodes into gore. That's how it's supposed to be. Artery opened by the attack. Upper body, bruising false ribs. Goblin has improved fighting. Bruising the fat. Lower leg bruising. I don't think we can. The front tooth sails off. Yeah, I don't think they can take on armed goblins yet. Goblin's dead, isn't it? in the head, crushed. Yeah. So did they improve, is the question. So Uzol was level 2, Kagoth was level 2, now they are Uzol level 3, Kagoth level 2, but almost level 3. Yeah, I don't think we can let's give them a break. And let's disarm the others. And dump the corpse. So we can have our pigs here, I think. And we will slaughter our reindeer bulls. Paul is here. Well, hello, welcome, Paul. The new PC is up and running. I had some trouble installing Windows 7, so I switched to Windows 10 instead. Yeah, I think it's a wise decision. I'm not always the fan of having the newest, latest Windows, but I think Windows 10 is okay. I mean, how long can you boycott Windows 10? You can't really. Red Sox says I use Windows 10 for exclusively one thing. Netflix gives you 1080 in 1080p there. I don't mind Windows 10, to be honest. Well, I've got some issues with rebooting the computer. There are always some updates which wish to be installed, and when I say they should be installed, my computer fails to install them while rebooting. Reboots again and then says, okay, I have updates which needs to be installed, and it's the same updates which failed. So I just postponed them by 5 days. In 5 days it forcefully restarts, fails, and says, see you in 5 days again. It's some issues with graphics. And I believe I had big difficulties with my graphics card in flight simulation games, especially in X-Plane, and I think it's all due to my graphics card being overclocked. It's factory overclocked. I mean, it's overclocked by the manufacturer, but nevertheless it's overclocked. So the bugs I saw, they just say, okay, it's because your graphics card is overclocked. Can't help you there. You shouldn't have overclocked your card. So I've decided my next graphics card will not be overclocked. It will run the base takt, do the base clock, and even though it's like 30% slower than it could be, I'd rather have 30% slower but stable graphics card than an overclocked one. Why is he dragging the fox this way? Probably. What GPU do you have? I remember you had 980. Did you upgrade? No, I didn't upgrade. I have EVGA 980, and one of the modest stages of overclocking, I think. It's nothing like extremely super clocked stuff. But it sounds somewhere in the middle. I think the EVGA offers three stages of overclocking for the 980, and I think I have the first or second, but still, yeah, 980. Back then it was the top of the line, except for the Titan, but then came this TI graphics card with 980 Ti, which was even faster, and then came Titan X, and then came 1080. So it's been a couple of years since I have upgraded the computer, right? I think isn't it like something like 2 years? 2 years now. Yeah. Windows 7 doesn't have drivers for USB 3 connections. But do you really need USB 3 for a mouse? You don't really need USB 3 for most periphery. But for example, for your phone, it sometimes happens that I want to connect my phone to the USB of my computer to just copy a music library on it or something. The USB 3 is better. I'm all in for the USB 3. I like its end devices connector, that it finally doesn't matter which way around you plug it in. It's such a simple improvement. I mean, it's so simple in relatively simple in case of this hardware engineering, but it's so comfortable for the user. I wonder why they didn't both USB plugs both ways, because probably mostly because of backward compatibility that they needed USB 3 plugs to be pluggable into a USB 2 socket. But I would be all in for a both ways, like both ways plug on both ends of the cable. So we have now stripped goblins of all their armor. I think they will die very quickly. So, shall we have some fun with the remaining invaders? I think we can. Let me quickly check on our bags stockpile. I believe we can mill plants again. So here we have a copper helm. Iron arrows, copper bow. Copper helm. Iron shield, silver short sword. Iron pike. Mm, 95 steel bars. Okay. So let's have these two guys again in there. Military. Squad B. Squad B, Uzol. Now move to this place again. D, Kagoth, move to this place. So since we have relatively many idlers, I think it would be good to let the goblins into our trap again. We will open trap safety 2. This will lower this bridge and destroy this Masterwork steel sword or whatever it is. Silver scourge. And now the goblins should be streaming into our fortress. If there are any at all. Yeah, there are some. Look at this guy. He's pathing towards our fortress. Bowman. And this goblin has overtaken him. The swordsman's really quick. And oh, damn! Ah, damn me! Now we've got the trouble. Yeah, we must close. Trap safety 3, which is too late by now. Yeah, the beak dog's along here. Yeah, now they have to fight face to face. Can as well close trap safety 2 now, it doesn't matter at all. It's a face-to-face fight. This is a real fight now. Absolutely different from what I intended. But I think this is winnable. Big dog misses. Punches. Are you unarmed by any chance? Okay. He is unarmed. Seriously? What does he want to do? Does he want to strangle the big dog with his sock or what? He can stand no chance. Make your voice more loud and clear. Yeah, it's been a long day. I don't want to Takes too much effort to talk, clearly. Sorry. Yeah, our wrestler is shredded. Hadn't it been for the mace dwarf, he'd be in big trouble. Yeah. Latches on firmly. No, it's the wrestler who latches on firmly. There comes an arrow. Both arrows miss. There's a hit. In the upper body, middle spine, nervous tissue. That was a good shot. Yeah, but it looks good. Something exploding into gore. First big dog is dead. Well, it's not over, guys. You kill this guy as well. And there comes the first goblin. Big dog knocked unconscious. So now it's still not over. There comes the goblin. My elite marksman. Yeah. Goblin falls over. And he's deftly bashed. Swords dwarf. Goblin is dead. Okay, so do we have any other surprises? Oh, there is one more goblin here. Will he make it out? Yes, he will. He will not. But we have pulled this lever, right? Yes. So it's a matter of time. Yeah. So the goblin is now trapped. And there is another goblin. Yeah, but shouldn't we just deal with them this way? It's much quicker than the magma thing, isn't it? Just open them. I'll put both of my dwarves on station. All our squads station in here. And I think we will do it the classic way. Open trap safety 2 and 3. And here comes the third goblin. Yeah. Loses hold of iron shield. Here comes my axe dwarf with a steel helm and a bronze battle axe. Something has been chopped off. Loses hold of shoe in the lower body. Yeah. He's chopped off his leg. The whole lower body. He's chopped him in half. Whew. Badass. Bill says losing hold of your shield when there are marksmen around is not good news. It's not good news. Definitely not good news for the goblin. So where is the other one? He's crawling on the ground. What happened to this goblin? Why is he crawling? Right lower arm. Mangled beyond recognition. Goblin Lasher. There comes spray of arrows. Loses hold of the copper shield again. Misses the Mark's Dwarf. Bashes Lasher with a crossbow. Knocked unconscious. Okay, there they come. And the last goblin is a bowman. That can be fun. Well, he's got a ranged attack, and he will shoot back. Up. Wow, short process. Look at that. He somehow dodged the shot. Strikes the goblin with the lower body with bronze short sword, tearing the muscle. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I don't think we have any more uncaged invaders. got only caged prisoners. Excellent. Excellent work. And now we have to clean up the mess. So there is one more goblin here. And some loose body parts here. So Bill says, you forgot to unforbid the shield of the dead dude goblin in the hallway. Unforbid the shield in the hallway. Oh yes. Oh no, I don't see it. I'll see it when it's over, I believe. Oh, but I think it's this one. It's just some pigtail tunic. Is it? No. Why did it stop? I thought for a while it'd be crashing. Speedy says, whatever it is, it's good storytelling and a really nice role-playing. I can imagine the whole thing in my mind, like that part when a lone goblin running down the hall and the dwarves trying to stop him. That was quite vivid. Yes, that's what's beautiful about this game. It's just a story creating game. It inspires so many artists and storytellers, painters, musicians. These dwarves have a pastime activities like singing, dancing. They create new dance forms. They craft music instruments, randomized music instruments, which is beautiful. Every item they create is practically drawable because you have this detailed description of everything. So now we can proceed with the training, with the live training. The dead blue goblin is wearing it, you say? Dead blue goblin. Ah, you're right, you're right. This has to be Dump. But I don't see no shield. Is this the shield perhaps? No. This the shield? No. Yeah, after this is over, I will look at this in the stock screens and unforbid everything then. There's an albatross. But I'm not after the albatrosses. So I don't know why it is. Let me show you my dwarf therapist. Just remind me, should I forget to close it in the stream. These dwarves have been training without proper weapons for about 3 years now, and I think that makes them much better fighters than anything. Maybe trained weapons would have served better purpose, but first squad is okay. That's my mark squad. Yeah, there's no need to. I mean, they won't have any of these melee skills. Second squad though is my melee skill, hammer dwarf. I don't know how they became. They haven't got a single kill, I believe, except for some critters maybe. This guy has the wooden tar of savagery, the goblin. Yeah, a couple of years ago, 2 kills. I mean, what are 2 kills? 3 kills, 3 sea otters. That's nothing. 2 goblins, 1 big dog. Probably only because of this killing here. So they have little kills, but look how good they are. They are professional hammer dwarves, accomplished ex-dwarf, mace, expert mace, talented. Okay, this one is getting the training now, Uzol. But look at their what's probably more important in a fight than the weapon skill is the fighter skill. Look at their fighter skill. Grandmaster, great fighting, legendary +3 fighting. Where did he get it from? He's got only 1 kill, right? So was this the sparring training? And he's a decent shield user, decent armor user. And the second melee squad as well. Look at their fighter skills. I've got legendary fighters, high master fighters, even though their weapon skills are rusty and not on the proper level. They are good. So I've got 3 mark squads. It's this first, middle and last one, and 2 melee squads. So we've got half of our fortress in the military, and I can't really complain, even though we hadn't have real bloody fights. Usually I get, in my previous fortresses, I got this level of military skills after something like 10 years of yearly fights. That's quite nice to see. Not sure though whether 50 military dwarves will do the job if we should we ever face sieges face to face. Oh, there they are. Why is he running away? He's going to sleep. Oh, Kagoth, this is not the time to sleep. But okay. Go to sleep then if you must. Perhaps in the meantime, while he is sleeping, we can I don't know what we can do. Any suggestions what to do next? This is kind of a slow fortress here. Should we start preparing for adamantine processing? We don't really have legendary armor smith or weaponsmith, so I think it's a bit too soon for adamantine. Ah, there's a goblin. But adamantine processing takes such a long time that it's probably never too early to start with it. We don't have a good strand extractor either. Train up legendary armor smith by repeatedly melting non-masterpiece armor and making him try again. Yeah, I will. I'm melting all the time. I've got like 5 or 6 smelters working almost 24/7 on melting stuff. So I'm checking on Kagoth whether he is sleeping now again or still sleeping. Kagoth is running around. Okay, so let's do this. Station, select individuals, B Uzol, move here, DD, move here. And perhaps there is a third one who needs a little bit of training, which would be Deduk. Squad DB station. His inventory, he's got a silver mace, steel helm, yeah, that's good. So we are out of steel and we need to melt more items. Melt a metal object. Got only 13 iron bars. Yeah, it's not good. These are working on melting metal objects. What we really need to know is if it takes more goblin bone bolts to kill a goblin than a goblin bone bolts to make bolts from. I don't know. It depends on the skill of the archers. Of the. Okay, so now we've got them there. Okay, playtime. Playtime, boys. And that is here. Let's start with this one. Okay, Goblin Swordsman, I think, is released. Now fight, but he is completely unarmed, is he? Goblin tears covering. Ah, that's so lovely. He's got goblin tears. I like goblin tears. Hair is extremely long, narrow chin. Her somewhat short head is broad. The slightly flattened tall ears are somewhat narrow. Her hair is plump, her skin is dark olive, eyes are red. Wow. Nasty looking goblins. So fight, will you? Bashes the goblin in the lower body with her silver mace. Why are the others not fighting? Goblin says, I could really use a good meal. This is very frustrating. She complains about hunger. I thought goblins wouldn't eat because they are somehow magically evil and only live by magic. Something bad happened. Or bad, I mean, to the goblin. Bashes the goblin swordsman in the upper body, bruising the left lung, trouble breathing. Okay. Chase the goblin. Why are they not fighting? Mace Dwarf latches on firmly. Jamming the bone through right shoulder's muscle. Fracturing the shoulder's bone, yes. Help, save me, she's crying. Haha. It must be a good show for the other captured goblins around, don't you think? They are looking how 3 of my dwarves are practicing their kill moves on one of hers. They are completely stripped of all their armor and clothing and weapons, and they are practically harmless, but oof. Alright, let's do the next one. There comes goblin. What is this a hammerman? Without a hammer, of course. Hammerman, yeah. Also, eyes covered in tears. Let's see it. Dead. That was quick. You're killing them too quick. Bashes the hammerman in the head with a silver mace, bruising muscle, jamming skull, tearing the brain. Okay. Next up. Dead, okay. Next. Bash, bash, bash. Did something happened to my dwarves? No, misses, misses, misses. Shot is blocked. Okay. Nothing bad. Next goblin. Chase him. Is it dead? I guess it is. So just don't release the Bronze Colossus. That's all I want. So they are not willing to fight. Look at them. Ah, now they are. Okay, it's a kill. Goblin Bowman. Okay, I think we can... After this, we can leave the goblins armed. Goblin crossbowman, okay. They have learned to jam the skulls now. I mean, yeah. Bash on the head. So they have learned the very effective attack of the head. Big dog dead. Excellent. So all of these 3 now became macemen. They are no longer listed as wrestlers. They are listed as proper macemen. Okay. Yeah, this was really easy because they were totally unarmed. Why is here a steel breastplate and steel thing lying around? Is he off duty or something? And the spring is here and still no caravan. Yeah, let's hope the caravan will come this year. But this is perhaps a good way to melt the bronze chain leggings. Caravan doesn't arrive in winter anyway, so spring arrived and still no caravan is not a surprise. Well, yeah, the caravan should have arrived in autumn, and I thought it'd be delayed until winter. But ooh, now we're having some fun. Look at this, were fox, sneaky bastard, large fox twisted into humanoid form. Of course, here this must be our most experienced animal trainer, otherwise it's no fun. Let me check whether Murphy's law is really applying in this case. Yes, it's our animal trainer. He did us a very good service. Yeah. It's our great animal trainer, level 11. Were fox. Tough luck, animal trainer. We cannot survive. Yeah, what should we do? I mean, the fox is already inside our fortress. And tell me, why do I have only 9? Did one of my Did one of my dwarfs die in the fight? Because I remember having 10. And now it's only 9. In great armors. Did one of my Mark's dwarfs die? Has one of my Mark's dwarfs turned into this fox or something? I have no idea how it happened, but suddenly I'm missing one of my Mark's dwarfs. You should seal up and send in the Mark's dwarfs. I will send in everybody. I'm just wondering why am I missing one Mark's dwarf? Actually, it's not one Mark's dwarf, it's one melee dwarf. Somebody must have died. We must be 99 now, 98. So 2 people must have died. And I don't even know which ones. People die. But we must closely monitor who is infected and who is not infected. Yeah. So this guy. Trainer jumps away. If you're lucky, this guy, the animal trainer, can delay the fight long enough for others to arrive. Okay, now it latches on firmly. That's when it's mostly over. Takes him down, releases, bites in the right hand, tearing the skin, and that's it. Animal trainer is infected. So if should he survive, he must be molten in magma. So who is this? Ubulbubnos. Ah, steel helm. General. Proficient, accomplished spear dwarf. Okay, here comes a bolt. Miss! Misses the spear dwarf. Spear dwarf stabs the werefox. The bronze spear. Right paw. Werefox falls over. This is good. So far. Stabs the werefox in the lower leg. Fracturing the bone. Ligament torn. Tendon torn. Yeah, the spear dwarf knows where to strike. This is a fight. I laugh in the face of death, and you are doing well, Ubulbubnus. Misses spear dwarf. Another shot. Scrambles away. Mrs. Spear dwarf jumps away. Stabs the werefox in the upper leg, chipping the bone. Sensory nerve severed, tendon torn. Excellent job, excellent job. Strikes, but shot is blocked. Stabs the werefox in the upper arm, fracturing the bone. Tendon torn. They are good shots. I mean, they are good strikes, considering the ferocity of this werefox's attacks. The speed. They have boosted speed, boosted strength, everything. Feel no pain or something. Stabs the werefox in the upper arm. and the injured part is cloven asunder. Artery opened, motor nerve severed, tendon torn. Yeah, I like it. Come on, get a lucky shot. Mark's Dwarf could get a lucky shot where the shoots the head or something. In the upper arm, tearing the muscle, sensory nerve severed. No lucky shot. Bruising the left lung. Upper body, left lung. Lower leg, tearing the muscle. Jumps away. Right paw, motor nerve severed. Misses. I've improved my dodging, very satisfying. Not so for us. Stabs the werefox in the lower leg, chipping the bone. Hello, Tom T. We are fighting a werefox. We are done, but our animal trainer died. He was the first victim to meet the werefox. I wonder whether he could be saved. Probably he couldn't. Strikes the werefox. In the lower body, tearing the muscle, tearing the guts. Good shot. Now the Mace Dwarf has come in. The Mace Dwarf will bash and pulp. Lower body, bruising the guts. That's good. I've improved my biting. Did he bite somebody? No, he missed, but he still improved. Okay. Stabs the werefox in the lower arm, tearing the muscle. Spear Dwarf, silver mace. Dead! Spear Dwarf stabs the werefox in the head, fracturing the skull, tearing the brain. Bismuth bronze spear has lodged firmly in the wound. How about a were leper colony? You can't have were colonies? No, why not? William says he could have been saved. The way you could have saved him is to perimeter of dogs roped around the entrance to the fortress. I don't have dogs, but I will have foxes. Wouldn't it be ironic if my trained foxes would attack this werefox? I wonder whether they would turn into werefoxes themselves, whether lycanthropy can contract, or whether animals can contract lycanthropy. Because for them, it would be like something like a humanoid disease, right? If humanoids turns into animals, and it's a form of disease, so maybe this disease is contractable by animals who would turn into humans temporarily. Every full moon, our foxes would turn into evil humans, the same way as good humans turn into evil beasts. No, but I was thinking maybe we could have saved him. The moment we have detected the fox, I could have restricted this animal trainer to a burrow, for example, this burrow with the donkeys. Yeah, maybe he would have immediately turned around, but my experience is that they usually don't turn around immediately, but they proceed in their path for a couple of steps, and then they recheck their pathing and say, oh, okay, I should be in that burrow over there, so let's turn over and go back. So I'm not sure whether it would help, whether it would have helped. But I think it was probably my best bet to immediately restrict him to a burrow and hope that he would turn back immediately. You need a were-human to infect a fox with lycanthropy. But this thing was a were-human, I think. Wasn't it? I mean, I don't know what... It was a were-fox, whether it was a goblin were-fox or an elf were-fox or a dwarf were-fox. I don't know who was the underlying humanoid. But did you make the experience if your dogs or trained beasts fight a were beast? Do they contract were disease? It's interesting. If you want someone to immediately stop, you have to draft them. Ah, very good idea. Very good idea. Yes. Yeah, but it almost feels cheaty, doesn't it? The problem is when you draft them, they feel like a soldier, and well, I've never tried it, but I like the idea, but I have my doubts. When they feel like you know the problems that once one of your soldiers sees an enemy, he doesn't care about his life. All he cares about is just how to kill his enemy, how to kill this enemy. Whether you give him the order to attack or not, they just charge. It's not like they wait until the enemy comes, and that's the problem. The problem with dwarves attacking is letting them attack in packs. Usually your dwarves are ready one by one, and your best military dwarves charges alone against the whole siege, and the rest of the squad is hardly can keep up with him, are limping behind, some 20 tiles behind. So before they get there, the best and fastest dwarf is surrounded by 5 or 6 enemies and completely overwhelmed. So that's but you said draft him and undraft him, so he does no longer feel as military. Yeah. Yeah, but at least we don't have the troubles of isolating and killing this animal trainer. Now we have to select a new animal trainer. Who is our best animal trainer now? I don't think we have one. We have a really low-level animal trainer, level 4, and very, very rusty. Goodness. That's not good. But it's our best bet. Stukos Shet. Okay, Stukos Shet, you better get up to pace. You better start training. So these pups are tame. They don't need no training. Raccoon pup is tame. Weasel needs training. Sea otters. You draft him and he instantly forgets what he was doing as a civilian and where he was going. You give one step to get the question mark over his head and he doesn't know what he's doing. You undraft and he runs. Yeah, I will try it next time. I'll try. It's a big loss. This animal trainer was really something. He has trained sea otters, foxes, raccoons, polar bear and black bear, ospreys, raven, and we've got some new cages here. Fox cage, another osprey cage. Yeah, so let's build the fox cages up here. Let's build the osprey cage here. But Dwarf Fortress would be rather boring without such losses, I think so. Yeah. Oh, what did die? A raven or what? What's he hauling? Raccoon corpse. Ooh. The raccoon died? Oh. Sea otter's birth. Wow. Sea otter pups. Oh, lovely, lovely. Okay, Stukos, this is your chance to domesticate sea otters. This is the first generation of sea otters born in captivity. Bill says also, I don't consider it a cheat or exploit. You're just finding workarounds to keep playing a game that's a lot. I know it was a little bit. Sometimes in some situations I'm just careless about Dwarf Fortress, and this was one of them. Usually, also when you get a moody dwarf, you can forbid all, or once there's actually a good way to influence the moody dwarfs to only take the most expensive materials. Once he claims a workshop, you add the workshop to a burrow, and then you have then you make it a discontinuous burrow where you include only the bins and stockpile tiles with the most precious material, like steel, adamantine, gold, platinum, whatever, the most precious stones and everything he needs, but the most precious ones. And then you restrict the dwarf to the burrow, and if you have bins, if you have some other items in those bins on the stockpiles with some undesirable materials you don't wish the dwarf to take, then you just forbid this material, and then you unpause the game, and he has no other choice than to take only from the burrows and from the allowed unforbidden materials. And that way you can really boost artifact value massively. But I have never applied this technique, not not because I don't like expensive artifacts, but I think that created wealth attracts enemies, and the game mechanics is like, okay, so this fortress has generated over 5 million dwarf bugs. That means we will not send regular goblins to siege, but we will send elite goblins to siege or whatever, or we will send, I don't know, whatever, goblins mounted on flying beasts or something. So I usually let the randomness rule, and if the dwarf happens to be next to a diorite thing, so and he picks a diorite instead of a platinum nugget, so what? Yes, Slade Warhammer. I have absolutely no idea how Slade can be used and what is it good for. I know that it's one of these hidden fun materials down in hell. I have never really minded that. So yeah, that's why I don't use this sort of artifact creation, manipulation, or item selection for artifact. I don't play with that. Do you think we could slaughter this werebeast? It's not butcherable, is it? Or could we have a werebeast hide? I don't think it's butcherable. I could be butcherable. No. On the other hand, it's a sapient creatures, so it's time we atom smash this. And it's time we atom smash this one. So we might actually get 2 migrants this spring, because our population cap is 100 and we have dropped to 98. And what's the time? Yeah, it's 9:15. I think I'll end this for today. There's a movie I want to watch before I go to bed. DVD. Yeah, I think this is a good point to save it. And tomorrow we will continue with the military training, but we will keep the goblins armed and armored. Should be more fun and more bloody. We should expect some injuries and train our medical dwarves by treating them. So I thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow in the European morning. Have a good night.